And yesterday, you couldn't really see the facial expressions, but you can see it on the pitcher, see it on the catcher. You know, just a great view coming right in, seeing exactly how that pitch, that was just a sinker, just dropped out the bottom and not able to catch up. Great pitch. Again, at 0-2. You know, that's the last thing you want to do is go down in the pitch count. And you see that heater, that ball just kind of tails off and actually lifts as it gets close to the home plate, and you're just swinging right underneath it. That's just great movement of that pitch, and just another one right down the middle.
So same way we started the game yesterday with Madison Salisbury striking out, bringing up the second batter for the Pioneers, number 4, Sophie Bliss, the freshman. You know, Sophie's had herself a good tournament, hitting a 3-run homer. Top of the 7th inning against Springville to to propel Lehi into this final series. So see if she can keep her bat hot and get on base against Sapp here. Takes that first one for a ball. Second one looks right on the corner there for a called strike. She started off with the changeup and then came back with that heat. You know, changing the vision there for Sophie Bliss.
And yesterday, the first 2 pitches were, typically strikes, just right down the middle.
I got her on the arm there, so good job by wearing it for Sophie Bliss. Hey, they'll take base runners any way they can get them. She saw that ball coming in on her, and she wasn't going to back out. You know, she let it hit her right on the arm.
And those are one of the things you're willing to take for the team.
Absolutely.
Get yourself in, on base and in position to make something happen. And anytime you can make the pitcher think about it and have to question, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with the batter? What am I going to do? What do I need to do to try to keep that runner at first?
Jamison Heaton, the hard-hitting right-handed hitter for Lehi up to bat. So good chance here for Lehi with their best hitters coming up with Jamison Heaton and Macy Wall with a runner on base. See if they can get to sap her early in the game and get them a little momentum here. Sapp looks to throw one in on the hands there, called for a ball, strike. Ooh, hooked a little inside, but umpire's hitting that corner. 0-2 to Heaton. See if she's throwing her 2 fastballs. Wonder if she comes with something a little off speed here. And on the hands again for called strike 3. Heaton didn't even get the bat off her shoulder. Let 3 pitches go by.
And you talked about, great hitter. Well, hitter against pitcher, which one is bringing the game, and just not able to, take that bat off the shoulder. That's just one of those things where you got to get that ball in play, especially you have a runner on base in the first inning. That's something they didn't have yesterday.
Well, Macy Wall was one of the ones who actually got to Sapp and hit a double off her yesterday. See if she gets a double here, Sophie Bliss would look to score all the way from first base. So Macy Wall looking to drive something. Good cut there. Falls behind 0-2.
And as you're looking, it's early in the morning. The sun comes up from the east, and I think there's a little bit more sun in the pitcher's eyes. Last night, as the sun was going down, it was harder for the catchers and the batters to be able to see. So this is
here comes
an opportunity for the hitters.
The 0-2 struck her out. Whiffed at 2 straight ones there. Oh, illegal pitch they called. See, this is what we were talking about yesterday. Give Lehi second chances. So, legal pitch. So Sapp basically didn't drag her foot long enough. She had both feet in the air at the same time. So the first base umpire down there is watching that, and he's saw that she didn't drag that foot and give Macy Wall a second chance here. Same result. Doesn't matter. Hey, Sapp can throw them like that whether she's illegal pitch or a normal pitch, so sometimes it doesn't matter. But
well, that's power on power, and Sapp's power is just overpowering at this point, and somehow Lehi's got to find a way to advance that runner on, get in a scoring position.
Hey, we'll be right back. Pioneers taking the field for the first time today with their ace in the circle, Grace Humes, number 31.
And you
See if she can shut these Dons down from Spanish Fork.
Yeah, you talked about it yesterday about all the success that Lehi's having, and you know, athletics. This would be something to pull another state championship. They've done so well.
Their girls this year alone have taken second in soccer, second in basketball, and they had an individual golfer who took second as well. So I'm sure they don't want to take second again here in softball. First pitch, swinging, fouled out of play down the right field line. Little girl hustling over there. Atta girl. Future star there in the making.
That was a first pitch of the game. Nice little contact and catching up with the speed of the pitcher.
Second one, a little high and outside for a ball. We got Jade Romero up to bat, who torched the Pioneers yesterday.
Oh, she was fabulous yesterday, and like you had said before the game, you know, Lehi, you know, kind of held out their, you know, star pitcher. You know, let's look at the long game, you know, winning that 2 out of 3 series, just not able to bring the pitching like they needed yesterday.
Comes the 2-1 pitch to Jade Romero, fires them one in a little high, so she falls down 3-1. It's really important to get that first batter out. You don't want to get her on with a pass ball with the Hall sisters coming up and Avery Sapp. It's got a lot of firepower behind this leadoff hitter. 4 straight balls after throwing a first pitch strike. That's not the start Lehi wanted.
No, and if you break it down and, you know, you talk to these coaches, you know, they look at, you know, pitcher upon pitcher, you know, batters, you know, batting percentages, all that across the board. Right now, Sapp is come out the first inning and just done a better job getting out of it, you know, 3 up, 3 down with the one-hit batsman.
Bunts one over to third baseman, charges in, throws it over to first. Sophie Bliss covering over there. With Heaton and Laney Carter charging. Carter fields it at first and advances the runner, Jade Romero, over to second base. So a sack bunt for Hall for the first out. Brings up Peyton Hall, the home run leader of the state, 21 homers on the year. You know, she hit one yesterday that got caught up in the wind, but I thought it was a homer, but barely hit the top of the fence and was able to stay in. So no wind, it looks like, out there. So we'll see how Lehigh pitches. Her first pitch high for a ball.
That's 5th straight ball in a row, and today the wind.
She got that last one on the sack bunt, but
oh yeah.
But yeah, she's thrown a lot of balls in a row, and exactly. Struggling to find the zone, isn't she? Fouls that one back for a strike one, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. That one goes over by our cameraman, Colby. He didn't even try to catch that ball.
They have better hands than that. But you see now the wind's starting to pick up a little bit from outfield to coming in a little bit.
Yes, sir. Changeup looks good on the corner there. Got her fooled for a strike 2. I think Hall was looking for something fast and in, and she got something slow and away and just kind of froze her.
Just not able to pull the trigger there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Way ahead as pitcher comes back with the fastball, rifles it back into the screen. Just missed that one.
Now it's starting to settle in a little bit, feeling comfortable. Now it's starting to make the good pitches she needs to.
Yeah, if they could strand that runner out there with their arguably their 2 best hitters up, that would give Lehigh huge momentum here. So, like you're saying, it's always a game of momentum. So this is huge out right here. Rifles one, or flies lazily fly to Macy Wall out there at short. Good pitch, got her off balance. Came with another changeup. Peyton Hall got way ahead of that one and just popped it up to Macy Wall out there.
Yeah, and waking up this morning, you could see that the wind.
I'm still waking up. You know, this is crazy.
As my dad said, don't wake up at the crack of noon.
Well, you on that farm, you probably woke up at noon every day, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, cows are going to milk themselves.
Avery Sapp, good fastball there on the corner for a strike. So pitcher on pitcher here, and Sapp trying to help herself out.
It's fun to watch Sapp. You know, she's out on the field, you know, making the pitches, and she's got a little bit of grit. You can see kind of.
Woo! Rips that one in, stays foul, just barely missed foul. Yes, sir.
Ooh, that was a good contact.
Dude, from when that thing took off, it just curved, barely missed foul. So she ripped that one. That would have been trouble for the Pioneers.
Yeah, now Sap being down 0-2.
Yeah,
got to get something in play.
Absolutely. Let's see how the pitcher wants to take her on with an 0-2 count. I wouldn't give her anything good to hit, that's for sure. Another fly ball, lazily fly ball to Macy Wall. She calls him off. Ends the inning. Good job from Lehi after giving up that first batter walk. Good job from them to come back and get the top 3 hitters of the team.
Yeah, that was really good job.
Just what they needed, absolutely, Rulin. Yeah. I think we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Now, this one here, this one is plant-based. That means it's safe for you, your kids, your pets. Sometimes on a hot day like this, I'll go ahead and miss myself. Yeah, cool right down. I'll have a drink if I'm thirsty. Perfectly safe. Now this one, this is my own special cocktail. It's specifically designed to kill witters, but it'll kill just about anything it comes into contact with. And I mean anything.
What about our dogs?
Oh yeah, killed a lot of dogs over the years.
Which one's cheaper?
Having a hard time making decisions? But when it comes to buying insurance, come to JRI, where we'll find you the right company at the best rate.
Let's go. Shutout inning after one. Both teams able to get a runner on, but the pitching came through and shut down the batter. So see if we get it. I was kind of expecting more of a pitching game this game, to be honest with you. But we'll see how it goes. You know, I was expecting that yesterday, and the Spanish Fork bats came alive. So,
yep, 2 ace pitchers on both teams. Spanish Fork and Lehi is what you want.
Kennedy Beck, the designated player, number 5 hitter, swings and misses at that first pitch from Sap. We've said that a lot today, haven't we? Swing and miss already. 3 strikeouts that first inning.
And you see the batters, you know, going for that nice even swing, and they're just so off speed, just off balance a little bit.
Ball, that looked.
That was a pretty pitch. Looked to be a little bit low, I guess.
A little low. Either way, that ball's cruising in there. Ooh, fastball, or a little rise ball that rolls a little too high and went upstairs for ball 2. 2-1 to Kennedy Beck, number 10, the 5th hitter for the Pioneers.
And you see how that ball, right at the end, it just starts tailing off and just, you know, lifting.
There you go, a little hit to the shortstop, over to the right, fires it across the diamond, not in time. Infield single for Kennedy Beck, just what they needed to get that bat on the ball.
That's the first little mistake.
Was that a mistake, you think? Oh, on the pitcher, you're saying?
Well, it's a little mistake, you know, chance to field the ball, just not able to get it to.
Do you think she would have got her, though, even if it was a good throw? Or?
I think so.
Yeah?
You know, you lean into the throw instead of having to go to the outfield side. You know, she had to lean to the outside, slows down, and it was a close play. It'd be interesting to see how close it was on the replay.
They give her a hit for a reason. I think she would have beat it out, but, you know. Good. I think it was good hustle down the line from Kennedy Beck. Good throw, maybe would have made it closer, but we'll never know.
Yeah, I love to see, you know, now Lehi has a chance here. You know, yesterday it just seems like they were always trying to play catch up, and now this is the first chance they have to do something to put Spanish Fork on their heels.
You expecting a bunt here from Wiltbeck, from Brooklyn Wiltbeck? I think you're in scoring position. Take your chance when you can, right? Let's see what the coach Kennedy decides. You're right, Rulin, no bunt.
Yeah, if it's me, you know that Spanish Fork is probably going to come back and get some runs. So you got to just start playing ball and just letting the bats fly. And last inning, it's leaving the bat on the shoulder. You got to do something.
She's showing bunt here, pulls back, stolen base there for the speed up runner. Hey, they got her over to second without having to sacrifice anybody. So
that's smart. Plus now it's a.
I think she was stealing anyways, but pass ball sure helped.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And with that speed, you got to see how quick she got there. You know, the catcher was just getting to the ball when she hit second.
Now a base hit should score. I can't tell who that speed-up runner is out there for the Pioneers, but she came in for Kennedy Beck to do some base running.
Yeah, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Change-up, caught her way ahead of that one. Wiltbank was looking for something fast, and she came with something slow, and even the count up at 2.
Yeah, great, smart pitch, and, you know, both of them, you know, the outside and that off speed.
Here comes the payoff. Another change-up pitch, just misses outside. So full count here on the batter, Whitbank. So Brooklyn looking to do some damage with the bat with Lehi Carter on deck, the third baseman. Couple 3 chances here to get that run in. Fastball, woo! Let's go, Sap.
Off speed, and slow it down, and then hit the gas. And it's nice for Sap to be able to know, and for Spanish Fork to be able to know that you have a pitcher that can lean back and put that extra zip on it to get that strikeout.
So 1 away, runner on second. First pitch to Lehi Carter is a ball.
You see Sap, when she makes the pitch that she wanted, she always kind of throws the ball in the mitt and lets them know that this next one's coming.
Good job from the catcher there to go up there and get that one. Ashlyn Losey behind the plate.
Sap taking a little walk, getting the sweat out of her brow because that sun is in her face. You can see the sun's in her eyes a little bit harder to see than later in the afternoon.
Here comes a 2-0 pitch. Good hitter's count. Tries to bunt, pulls it back, still in third. Good play there from Lehi. Fake the bunt, get the third baseman coming in, still right behind her. So Kennedy Beck's speed-up runner, I can't get a number down there, but either way, she's over on third base. And that was called, I didn't see if they called a ball or a strike. A strike?
He called it a strike.
Now they got something in the outfield here. We'll get that runner in with 1 out. It's important for Lehi Carter to lift something in the outfield so they can get a tag-up situation here. Maybe even an infield hit to the shortstop scores a run. Got to get the bat on the ball, though. At least the last thing you want to do is strike out here, and that's the first thing Sap wants to do is come with the strikeout.
And now as the hitter, you're playing protection mode. You're just trying to keep that ball in a position to where you can, you know, make contact and put it in play.
So just got word from our statistician that the speed-up runner is Kanai Haunga, another freshman out there on the base pass, so with some speed out there. Ooh, change up there, gets her way ahead of it. Lehi Carter goes down on strikes for the second out.
Tough at bat. That's a critical position. You got a runner on third, 1 out, chance to do some damage against Spanish Fork, the #1 seed, and just leave that runner sitting at third now with 2 outs.
Let's go. So Paige Nelson swings and misses at that one. Nelson, the junior right fielder. See what she can do. She got her twin sister that does the catching, Presley Nelson. See if Nelson can get something going here. Swings and misses at that second one as well. So quickly falls down 0-2. Now Sap's got all sorts of.
Looking for the heat or looking for off speed? That's the question.
Sap, she can do whatever she wants, really. So if it comes back to the fastball, why slow it down when she couldn't even see any of those pitches, right? So good chance for Lehi, spoiled by 3 straight strikeouts from Avery Sap. 1, 2, 3 in order.
Bottom of the second. Great job so far by both teams. Yesterday, you know, Spanish Fork kind of opened it up early and started the bleeding. Today, both teams are playing good in the field and good on the mound. We'll keep it here. It's always nice to be able to see the coach, the manager out from Spanish Fork, getting her team riled up, getting her team energized, realizing, hey, that was a kind of a missed opportunity, you know, for Lehi, and we kind of dodged a bullet. So this next time, girls are, you know, we're going up to have our at bat. So we need to do some damage. We need to put something on the scoreboard so we can start showing that we are the dominant #1 seed team.
Well, absolutely. I feel like Lehi's being a little bit more aggressive on the base pass too, with the Haunga checking in for a speed up runner. automatically using her speed and stealing 2 bases, trying to get in scoring position. But Lehi still seeing a little bit of a different type of game on the base pass from them today.
Most definitely.
It's crazy. 6 outs for a Spanish Fork, all via the strikeout. 6 strikeouts.
Well, when you got a great pitcher that can throw the heat, stick with it.
So the catcher, Ashlyn Losey, steps up, takes that first offering in there for a called strike. Comes the pitch from Humes. Fires one in there. Fly ball out to Sophie Bliss, calls him off. Drifting back, makes the catch. Good catch from Bliss out there at second base. You never know when it gets caught up in that wind like that. Look at Sophie just smiling, having a good time. That's awesome.
Yeah, she was trying to kind of trail, and you look at the wind. It's not really blowing. It is blowing just a little bit.
Well,
so
it's kind of
pushed that ball a little bit.
There a second ago it was, so it's kind of hit and miss. So even harder for the outfielders and infielders to catch fly balls. Good pitch there on the corner. A little low there to Archuleta. So 1 out, nobody on, brings up the designated player, Allure Archuleta, the left-handed hitter for Spanish Fork, looking to get something going for the Dons. Takes that pitch and has a cut at it. Whoosh. Unable to hit it. Just took a hack at it, though, that's for sure. Comes the 1-1, changeup, ripped into left field, right at Nelson. Starts in, off the wall. Nelson can't get it off the wall. Let's see, Archuleta holds up at second base. So rip that ball right at the fence. That ball got maybe 6 feet off the ground the whole way out.
Oh, that thing was ripped.
Rifled out there.
Just the power on power. If you can put that bat on the ball, good things happen, especially if it's not just lazily hit, but that thing on a wire.
On a rope there. Yeah, you saw that first swing she had. She hacked at it too and missed it. That one she connected, and you swing like that, don't take, it, ball will fly. Brings up Aubrey Leonard, the center fielder for the Dons. So Lehi had a runner on second with nobody out, unable to get her in. Dons got one on second with 1 out. Let's see how they attack this. That first pitch in there for a strike.
You see a little bit more confidence in Lehi today.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
They're playing with more confidence. Change up on the outside corner. Asking for if he went. Did not go.
Great job by this crew. Umpires, just good job officiating.
Yeah, the umpires, I always like to razz them a little bit, but they always know what they're doing.
Yeah, so many different jobs to be, watching the pitcher, watching this, the batter. Just there's so many things you have to do to learn to kind of be able to manage the sport, and they just do a fabulous job yesterday, today, always professional. And the coaches, managers, they respect their decisions.
Good pitch there on the corner, evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2-2 on the batter, Aubrey Leonard, trying to put something in play to advance that runner over to third base, or a base hit to score. Looks like the outfield shading her to pull left field. They got a huge gap out in right center. Pulls back the bunt, offering, swing and miss for a strikeout. Good battle from Grace Humes to come back, and after giving up a double, to come back with her first strikeout of the game.
I was just going to say, that's a pivotal at-bat here.
Absolutely. So now Emmy Olson looking to get a base knock here to get that run in.
Missed opportunity for Lehi. Top half
Fouls
of the
that back. Absolutely. No one out, runner on second, couldn't get her in. And I think they even got over to third with nobody out. And then 3 straight strikeouts from Sapp is just, hey, at least they all went down swinging.
Yeah. So solid play from both teams so far. Opportunities, but just not able to push the runner around.
Change up. Lazily fly ball to Bliss. Bliss knocks off, or puts her glove up to block the sun. All smiles for Bliss as we head to the bottom of the second.
We will take a quick break and be right back.
what about you? You want some? You want some? Come on! Come on now. There you go. Woo! What, you want some? What about you? Oh, you want some of this?
The pest control guy here again?
Take it. Yeah. Oh, come on now. Come get some. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Go. There you go. There you go. Many of your friends have been killed and you're about to join them.
Kind of wish you hired someone else? But when it comes to important decisions like buying insurance, come to JRI, where we'll find you the right company at the best.
Big shout out to Jana Eccles out there helping me with the numbers and the roster. So thank you. Keep it coming. We're heading into the top of the third already. This game is flying, Rulon. This is the type of game I expected yesterday. I know you did too, a little pitcher's battle. But it brings up, speaking of pitchers, brings up the Lehi's pitcher, Grace Humes. Lead things off here.
Best thing to do is start off getting a hit pitcher on pitcher, being able to get something in field.
First pitch in there for a ball.
One thing about Sappers, you just got to be able to make contact. And right up to now, Lehi's had a real hard time trying to catch up to that speed she has.
Sheesh. You know, in between innings, you take the headset off and you're listening to her throw that, and you can really hear that mitt pop. It's just, she wings him in there.
There's a full-blown, full-speed attack.
Outside. See if pitcher on pitcher here. Grace Humes trying to help herself out here, getting on base. Oof, good pitch there. Good cut from Humes.
And that's the first time she did make contact. I've seen so many, the previous batters from Lehi just not able to catch up and catch the speed of that fastball. It was a perfect example there, but almost just a little off.
Another fastball, jeez. Wow. So all outs for Lehi coming via the strikeout as we head back to the top of the order for Madison Salisbury, who struck out her first time at bat.
As a manager, as a coach for Lehi, you got to go up there.
Change up. Oh, they get a legal pitch. Okay. So Grace Humes came back with a legal pitch, so it took the count. Well, I didn't even see that, Rulon. You're supposed to be helping me, buddy.
Yeah, we apologize.
So she walked. So it was 2-2 count. She got a legal pitch, which took the count to full, and Sapp came back with a walk. So Izzy Neese coming in to do the courtesy run. Absolutely. I wasn't making fun of you, Rulon. I would never make fun of you. I don't want to fly off this balcony, Come back with a snap neck from the champ, that wouldn't be good.
I did warn you yesterday.
Hey, I learned my lesson, buddy. Actually, I probably didn't learn my lesson.
You always tend to kind of stick your foot in your mouth a little bit, not saying too much about it, but.
Salisbury tries to bunt, pulls back, gets a strike. The speed up runner there thought she was going to bunt it on a good pitch, and she almost got caught off guard out there.
Draw that action.
Well, usually
still got a strike.
Absolutely. Usually that first baseman would be charging, but she stayed back, and so the pinch runner, Neese, was looking out in no man's land, but she did a good job of getting caught back. Salisbury fouls that one back, so quickly down 0-2 on a good bunting opportunity.
Take a hack at it this time? You're gonna
no, I think you have to hack at it. With your best hitters coming up, Bliss, Heaton, and Wall, I think you got to get a chance here to get on base here, and
Well, what's that? This is where she's strong.
Oh, she bunts. You're right, Rulon. Going for second, gets her out at second. So the failed bunt attempt. I like illegal pitch. Illegal pitch. So that's a ball.
Second baseman, number 7, Sophie Bliss.
So we had an illegal pitch on that one. So Madison Salisbury is still up to bat with the ball now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I can't believe it. And we saw quite a few of them yesterday, and I don't know if we had one that actually cost him. So
let's see if she tries to bunt it again. This time she swings and misses. So same. Hold on. Well, I guess it was 2-2. They must have had another illegal pitch. I'm sorry, guys. I'm catching up here. So 2-2. So maybe on another pitch it was
3. Now it's 3-2.
No, it's 2-2, right? Was that an illegal pitch? Inside. Here we go. Walkser, you're right. We're on 2 illegal pitches in a row.
Yeah, I saw the ump. He
Okay.
put something up.
Okay. So
You hear a few of the fans asking what the ump's looking for. You know, what is he looking to see?
I guess he's looking to see if both feet are off in the air at the same time. So
And that's such a hard thing to determine, you know, the speed that those feet, you know, come off the ground, and its interpretation.
So now brings up the freshman Sophie Bliss. After Madison Salisbury draws the 10-pitch walk after, you know, she struck out two times on illegal pitches. So now let's see with 2 out, with nobody out, Sophie Bliss up to bat. I'm expecting a bunt here, but I could be wrong. I know Sophie Bliss has a hot bat, but try to get him over for Heaton and Wall to knock at least a couple runs in. So Bliss got hit by a pitch her first time up to bat.
Anyway, Lehi can open up.
Here comes a bunt attempt right back into the net.
Anyway, Lehi can try to advance those runners on to get the lead, even though it's still early in the game. That's a big step to take.
So Lehi doing a good job. I don't even know if they had this many base runners all game last game. They got a few on, and they've had at least 3 base runners. So good job with them by applying pressure. They've had runners on every inning. But Avery Sapp doing a great job of coming through when she needs to. So bunt up in the air. It's going to get double play. Oh, they're lucky they didn't go to – man, what a – not a very good job of base running there by Lehi. You got to make sure that ball's down, and she started running before it even went down. So unfortunate for them. Sophie Bliss pops it right up.
Looking to try to get around the bases, trying to make something happen, put the pressure on Spanish Fork, and Spanish Fork just doing a great job, great composure to go to first and then back to second for that out.
Yeah. Now they need a base knock here from Heaton. Unfortunate, nobody out. Good chance for Lehi, and like you say, those mistakes come back to get you.
See the coach from Lehi running up and down the front of the players.
Heaton just can't keep up with the heat.
Very few people have been able to make contact with the ball up to this point, and you got to think Lehi is feeling pretty good right now. Yeah, they haven't scored, but they're at least getting people in positions to make stuff happen.
Steve Wright. I had 0-2, but must have a. Yeah, we had an illegal pitch in there again. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's right down the pipe, Jamison. Froze her.
At that point, it's hard to pull the trigger when you just feel like you're overwhelmed. And
so 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. At least Lehi got their first out without being a strikeout, popped up bunt, which turned into a double play. So it almost would have been better to strike out there as opposed to getting into that double play. But
that shows the resiliency of Spanish Fork. Sheesh. You know, they bend but don't break. Little mistakes made, but you know what? Our team has the defense. Our team has the team concept, and little mistake there made by Lehi.
A huge mistake, wasn't it? I mean, she started running before the ball even got down, but
you're thinking
it happens.
Especially on a bunt. You know, it was just a nice.
Let's make sure that gets down. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and that's maybe where there's miscommunication from, the players saying, "Oh, she's gonna bunt. Okay, it's probably not going to come off too hard, so I need to make sure that it's in play before I take that aggressive." Base running strategy technique, and she was halfway almost to third by the time she realized
she was so far down the line. They threw it to first and then threw it to second and still got her out. Those runs are going to be hard to come by. So see how that comes. See if Lehi can shake that off and play some defense here, because the worst thing you can do now is let that trickle into the outfield. Ellie Olson, the number 9 hitter, left fielder for Spanish Fork, swings at that first pitch offering for a strike 1. Little rise ball there that rolls a little too high for ball one. Trying to get her to swing at something out of the zone, but Olsen doing a good job of not swinging at that. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Humes trying to bunt. Pulls it back. The ball looks like it's outside. Good job by Nelson trying to frame that one, but it was a little too far outside. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
And Lehi definitely doing a better job today. Sticking in, yesterday there was so many more balls.
Ripped into right field. Looks like it's curving foul. About 2 feet foul. Bounces over the fence.
That's 2 close foul balls for Spanish Fork that were almost base hits that would have gotten double, maybe a triple in both situations. So Lehi is kind of playing with a little bit of danger here.
Don't got a ball to play with, There we go. Ball bounced over the fence. He probably didn't know, but I want to say I still haven't seen him give him a strike yet. Oh, there we go, strike. So I was wondering if that was an illegal pitch, but yep, 2-2. I'm going to wait always to say till I
get
here
confirmation.
Comes it. Ooh, a little high and tight. So it's full count now. Payoff pitch coming from Humes to Olsen. See who wins this battle. Olsen wants time as she steps in. Humes checking her wristband, see what pitch coach wants. Fires one in there, fastball in the hands. Good job from Olsen to foul that one off. Fight to see another day.
Good job bringing that bat around, and that ball was trailing on the inside, so it was pushing those hands, but just to be able to get contact, give yourself another chance with the full count.
Absolutely. Foul off those good pitches, and hopefully the pitcher makes a mistake because you can get into one here. Like that. Lead-off walk.
And that's working the count, working the count.
Number 13, Jade Romero.
Going to the top of the order for the Dons. Jade Romero walked her first time, was stranded at second base.
Do you think it, with the pitching with Spanish Fork happens, do you think it's the culture, the athletes, or the overall philosophy of the program?
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, I know Sapp was their starter last year, had a father who played in the major leagues. I'm sure he worked with her from a young age and just bringing her up in the program with with Spanish Fork, and good bunt there. So good job from the third baseman to fire it over to Bliss. Bliss fires it back to second. Good dig from Macy Wall to get her in a rundown. Macy Wall, excellent job out there to dig that out of the ground. Unbelievable play by the shortstop. Sophie Bliss comes up, fires it in the dirt. Macy Wall grew up as a catcher, I believe, so she just dug that one out and to keep that one good. So got a double play there on that bunt. Sacrifice bunts twice in a row. We've seen sacrifice bunts leading into double plays.
And that was a great job by Lehi, sticking with the fundamentals, and got the out at first, turned around, looked at second, and then run was just a little too far, too aggressive, and snapped that ball back. Nice rundown.
Yeah, good job by Bliss. Come up firing over there to Macy Wall.
And all these little things, you feel that momentum. You feel kind of Lehi thinking, we are in this game. We
Absolutely.
have a chance to go after the #1 seed.
Fires that one in, down the line, foul. Yeah, like you say, Rulen, you can see the Lehi Pioneers getting a little more excited on every play. I didn't sense this type of fire from them yesterday. It seemed like they were, once they got down, they figured they were out of it. But this time I see a lot of fire in them. So I like to see the fight.
Lot of the counts yesterday started off and we looked at the at-bats. It's a 2-0 count, and the pitcher's always behind trying to play catch-up.
Yeah, and this time she's ahead 0-2, change up. Bliss diving past the glove there. She's got double on her mind, maybe looking for a triple. Coach is going to hold her at second base. Good relay in there from Paige Nelson out there in right field. Just past the diving glove of Sophie Bliss. And just like that, Spanish Fork has another runner in scoring position for the best hitter in the state.
2 outs. This is going to be a pivotal moment. Top of the third. There's both teams playing very solid, being very smart here.
First pitch low. Good dig by Nelson. Excuse me. Yeah, Paige Nelson right, Presley Nelson behind the plate. So I said it right. Even when I think I mess up, I don't, Rulen.
When the whole team's name is Nelson.
I got a pretty good chance. Comes the fires that one into right field. Get up on the warning track. Nelson getting it. They're coming for three. Nelson fires it into Wall. Wall, no play at third. Sliding triple for the first run of the game from Peyton Hall.
And that's what being the #1 seed does. It turns that opportunity into scoring situations. And best hitter in the state of Utah. Nice little stand-up triple.
Absolutely. Little surprise with an empty base there that they pitched to her. You know, I probably wouldn't have given her anything good to hit and maybe stay out of the zone. But
now you advance the runner onto third.
Brings up another good hitter, and Sapp fires into right field, right at Nelson coming in. Good play by Nelson. Good hit from Sapp, hard hit. Just right at the charging Paige Nelson to end the inning. That's why if you don't give Hall anything good to hit, you know, but what do you do? Only one run, it's not bad.
And it's within reason. How many runs could have Lehi got the last inning? So we'll be back. We'll take a short break.
State High School Associations to celebrate 50 years of Title IX. The sweeping legislation that created equal participation opportunities for women and girls in high school and college sports. At this time,
What are you doing?
I'm protecting your paintings. Moth will eat right through this.
Kind of wish you hired someone else? But when it comes to important decisions like buying insurance, come to JRI, where we'll find you the right company at the best rate.
Welcome back. That's exactly what Spanish Fork was looking for. Put the runner in scoring position, and great job performing, getting the 1-0 lead so far. You know, getting that first run across home plate is something that Spanish Fork feels that they want to do on every opportunity.
Macy Wall, the batter, the shortstop. Sorry, I thought you were done talking there.
Up and down the lineup, Spanish Fork is loaded. They have great players, and you know, it's like almost picking your poison. You know, which one is going to beat you? You just don't know.
Woo, way out in front of that wall as she whiffs at that changeup. She was thinking fastball, and Sapp was one step ahead of her. So Macy Wall was hit Avery Sapp pretty hard yesterday. A few times she got up, you know. So let's see if she can keep her bat hot against Avery Sapp. That fastball barely misses and fouls it straight back into the net for strike two.
And she's making good contact, you know, getting the bat speed, the bat head around to make contact, just looking for one to drive it, and keep it in, you know, within the field. That was a close pitch.
Sheesh, that didn't miss by much.
1-2.
I think it's 2-2, isn't it? Scoreboard says 1-2, but I'm pretty sure. Change up, ripped right at the shortstop. Candy hop right to her, fires it over to first base for the first out of the inning. So another hard hit from Wall, but right at the shortstop, Jade Romero, for the first out of the inning.
Solid fielding, and
absolutely.
If you're going to finally make contact, you know, with such a great pitcher, and it's right next, you know, it's right at your shortstop. And
jeez,
great job coming up that. That ball was smoking in there, picked it up, and this nice little throw to first, and plenty of time.
Kennedy Beck, the designated player, has the only hit for the Pioneers. Takes that first one in there for a called strike. Same pitch up out of the zone for a ball.
Just kind of tails up and just accelerates. And that's where as a hitter, you have to have the confidence to lay off that pitch, and you're thinking, is it going to stay even, or is it going to start tailing up and chase it out of the zone? Great job by having the confidence to not swing.
1-1 pitch fouled straight back. So Sapp gets ahead of the batter, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kennedy Beck trying to get something here in the grass in the outfield, get some runners on base here.
Sapp doing a great job resetting her focus, heading the count 1-2.
Good job from Kennedy Beck to foul that good pitch back there to live to see another day.
Yep. Keeping yourself in a position where you can keep alive to
right
really
in there on the hands. Just foul it back. That's all you can do with that pitch.
Make something really happen. You know, try to put the pressure on Spanish Fork to make a mistake or something really good. Great job by being patient there by the hitter.
Bounces that one 3 feet in front of the plate for ball 2.
So many times when you get overpowered by a pitcher, you know, these batters, you know, they start swinging at stuff in the dirt or up high, and you know, Lehi today is just a little bit more confident in the batter's box.
Lazy fly ball in the middle of the infield. Second baseman fighting the sun. Can't catch it. Error on the second baseman. Looks like last second she looked up and you could tell she was fighting that sun.
You see, she wasn't quite underneath it, so she's just going to reach out and lean out. And right at the last second, she realized it just a little bit further than she thought and just not able to pull it in.
That's Tatum Hall out there at second base. We'll forgive her. She's the one who had the double and the run scored here in the top of the inning. Unable to make that play. See if Lehi can take advantage. Tim Kennedy electing not to substitute Kennedy Beck, letting her run this time. Brings up the left fielder Brooklyn Whitbank. First pitch fastball in there for called strike.
Sharp doing a great job not letting a base runner affect her mentality. And with the speed of her fastball, you know you're going to have an advantage.
Did they call an illegal pitch on that, Rulin? They did. Fouls that one back.
Man, that ball just moves as it comes in. That's a fast and powerful pitch.
Another illegal pitch, Rulin. So 2 balls. That one's in there for a strike with a clean pitch. So 2 balls. So she's throwing 3 strikes, but 2 of them were illegal pitches, so they result in balls. So 2 balls, 1 strike on the batter, Whitbank, looking to drive that one. Just got underneath it a little bit, pops it up to the shortstop, puts it away, fighting that sun. Jade Romero out there, so.
That's a great job by Spanish Fork, just sticking with it, and Sharp doing a great job, just not letting anything just be driven into the outfield. I mean, Sapp.
Lainey Carter, the batter, struck out her last time up, looking to get something on the board for the Pioneers. Takes that change up on the inside part of the plate for a called strike. We're already in the 4th inning, Rulon. This game is flying by. That's what happens when you have good pitching going on. Fastball in there, swing on and missed. Snapback throw from Losi over to first. Is he calling another illegal pitch? Yep. Spanish Fork fans are not happy.
Speed of the pitch and speed of the play.
Fastball in there for a swing and a miss, strike 2.
It's probably one of the fastest pitches. You heard that snap as it hit that catcher's mitt. Ooh.
Comes the payoff, 1-2. Change up high. Well, not change up, little rise ball there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. See if Coach Kennedy tries to get the runner in motion here and tries to get something going. Get her a quick start. Maybe Lainey Carter can get into one here. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch there. So Carter goes down for the 2nd time via the strikeout to end the inning there.
Missed opportunity. Those, you only have so many, especially being down 1 game here in the state championship series. Spanish Fork had 1-0.
Visit macu.com for more information. And thank you, Mountain America.
Now, this one here, this one is plant-based. That means it's safe for you, your kids, your pets. Sometimes on a hot day like this, I'll go ahead and miss myself. Yeah, cool right down. I'll have a drink if I'm thirsty. Perfectly safe. Now this is my own special cocktail. It's specifically designed to kill witters, but it'll kill just about anything it comes into contact with. And I mean anything.
What about our dogs?
Oh yeah, killed a lot of dogs over the years.
Which one's cheaper?
Having a hard time making decisions? But when it comes to buying insurance, come to JRI, where we'll find you.
Leading off, bottom of the 4th inning, Ashlyn Losey, the catcher for the Dons, doing a heck of a job behind the plate. You know, sometimes the pitcher gets all the credit, but it takes a good catcher too to be in sync and the communication, and hits a lazy fly ball to the center fielder, camped under it right on top of her. It was Aubrey Leonard.
Just went on it just a little too much, and you think about it, and you watch, you know.
Excuse me, that's Madison Salisbury out there, everyone. My apologies. Go ahead.
Yeah, you think about Spanish Fork, about how they're just ahead on the pitch count, ahead in the pitcher game, and then Spanish Fork is just controlling the tempo of the game, and Lehi's just trying to play catch up, and right there, just a nice little lazy. That ball could have been driven a little bit more. Spanish Fork, just the pitching just seems to be a little bit crisper.
Archuleta rifled a double off the wall her first time out to bat. Grace Humes not wanting to give her anything good, quickly falls behind 2 balls and no strikes.
That first at bat, if he got in a little bit of distance, it would have went right out the park.
3-0.
Not giving her anything to hit.
I don't blame her. Sometimes it's okay to pitch around him with the bottom 3 batters coming up.
Wind coming from left to right, so it's coming in from the left field.
And she's a left-handed hitter, so the wind's blowing out her direction. Fastball there on the corner, looks good, is good, called strike. And these umpires in softball, I'm used to the baseball ones calling it quick. These guys wait a minute and make me suffer, but
You're just perfection. She wanted to
3-1, swing and miss. So Humes fighting back here, trying to win this battle. I thought she was going to pitch around her, but she comes with 2 good pitches there. So Archuleta down 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Humes can come back with any type of pitch she wants, see if she can get Archuleta guessing. Fastball low. Trying to get her to swing at a low ball there.
Yeah, Archuleta being very patient. The second strike, man, she took a complete rip and just didn't get able to connect and catch up to the speed. And there, just being patient and sitting back and just letting that thing slide in for a ball.
So Aubrey Leonard, now the batter, the center fielder for the Dons. She struck out her first time up. The coach is going to come in, maybe do a change, speed up, not a speed up, but sub out. It's like number 7 for the Dons is going to come on in and replace Archuleta over there at first.
Emergency runner, number 7, Kylie Mitchell.
Kylie Mitchell. So she's the first baseman for the Dons. So she's over there now getting a chance to run as well. So one out, runner on first. Dons up 1. Bottom of the 4th inning. Looking here to see if Aubrey Leonard's going to lay down a bunt. She's swinging. First pitch, fouled straight back. Another chance here for Spanish Fork to get some insurance runs on. You don't need many runs when Sapp is throwing like she is, but I think they would take a couple more this inning if possible. Another foul straight back. She's missing those ones just barely.
Great hit and great pitch. Now with an 0-2 count, you got to try to keep it in play, knock it down, just gonna keep the at-bat alive.
Change up down low. Runner gets this jump. Going to be a play down there. Got her, looks like. Yes. What a play from Nelson. Coming up out of her stance, scooping that ball up, firing it down to second base. I couldn't tell if that was Bliss or Wall over there with the cover, but either way, what a throw from Nelson.
I didn't know if I was going to get there in time. That was a great job. Maybe we can see the instant replay.
Nice job, Presley. Let's go. I see you. She learned that from her old man, McKay. Foul ball, Sophie Bliss drifting to her left. Can't see it in the sun. Unfortunate there for the Pioneers that one got up in the sun, because that would have been an out to end the inning. Just give Spanish Fork life again.
Extended play, those are the things that'll come back to haunt you.
Well, you can't, I mean, yeah, sun, like you're saying, Relon's right in that side there. Now she gets the sunglasses on. Where were the, fouls that one out of play. Looks like it's going to hit some. Oh, man. That guy's getting booed. We got a fan out there. He's chilling. Ball comes right at him, hits off his hands, and the crowd gives him a boo because he can't catch it.
They weren't jumping in helping him out.
Me? Oh, they
were the fans.
Oh, little pitch inside there. Foul, full count now. Full count. Let's see who wins this battle. Aubrey Leonard, the center fielder for Dons, versus Grace Humes, the pitcher for the Pioneers. Full count. She takes her pitch call from the coach. Looks to wind, fires one inside there. Got her on the inside corner.
Ooh,
Leonard was halfway down. I couldn't tell if that was, obviously he's been calling that, so you gotta, anything close to strikes, you gotta go for it.
That will be.
So the 1 out walk doesn't come back to haunt the Pioneers. The good job from Nilsson behind the plate, getting out there and firing it down to second base to get the out. We've seen 2 or 3 outs from the Dons now in the base paths, and a couple from Lehi as well. So see if that comes back to haunt there at the end. So we're heading to the top of the 5th. The game ended in the 5th inning yesterday on a 10-run rule. Much different ball game today.
Yeah, much different pitching, much different attitude by Lehi, and you got to think they're sitting in the dugout thinking, guys, we're only down by 1 run.
That's nothing.
This is our game. We're in this game. Why are we not out there knocking the ball off knocking the cover off the ball? Let's go out there and show them, what Lehi can do. Win the state championship of football and being second best to all those other games and all those other teams. This is their chance to come back and win this second game here, and then force the third and final game.
The boys baseball, Lehi is playing today at 4 o'clock over there at the at UVU Stadium. It's been a good season there for
Lehi
Athletics. All right, here we go. Paige Nelson, sister of Presley Nelson. Oh, it's cool. I wish I had a twin. I see the Nelson girls in the batting cage all the time throwing each other and working on their craft together. It's kind of cool over there at Lehi when they show up. Paige trying to bunt for a base hit. Fouls that one straight back. Gives you a built-in partner to play with, right, when you're growing up and be good buddies.
Well, competition breeds competition.
Well, you didn't have any twins, but you had family all around your age, didn't you?
I had a brother a year older, and he beat me every day until the end of my junior year in high school.
So does he think he can beat the Olympic champ? Or?
He used to be able to whoop me pretty good.
Whew. Well, good bump, but I think Spanish Fork was expecting it and played it perfectly. So Paige Nelson.
Number 31, Grace Humes.
Spanish Fork just does a great job with all those skilled players, coming in, and sometimes you get a little complacent there when you're pitcher. You just sit there and see how great a pitching she's doing, and you don't field it like you
missed the
should.
game. Well, that's got eyes. Good try from the center fielder. Dives for it, but unable to get it for just the second hit from the Pioneers. Grace Humes, the pitcher, trying to help herself out there with the seeing eye single there.
Just enough off it, just to kind of trail away from the center fielder and just not able to come up with a great effort.
Great effort out there by Aubrey Leonard.
Number 1, Izzy Meese.
So now we're coming to the top of the order. Taking in Izzy Neese for the speed up. She got caught on a double play. Let's see if she can redeem herself out there.
There's 1 out. This is an opportunity here for Lehi. Get on the board.
First pitch from Salisbury, slapped down to the third baseline, but foul.
You caught up to that, so She was within a foot or two of having something to deal with.
Looking not to bunt to get that runner over to first at your top of your order. You got Salisbury, Bliss, and Heaton coming up, so trying to keep the bats hot. Foul ball, strike 2.
That was 2 really good cuts.
I feel like Sapp took something off those 2 pitches. I feel like she's got more to give. You think those are little off-speed pitches there?
I think so. Well, usually when you see an 0-2 count, she leans back and rips it in a little bit more.
Let's see if she comes here. The runner on first has got to get back and does this time. I was getting a little nervous there. Lazy pop up to third base.
With all that power and just not able to, just a nice little simple pop up. And great job by Sapp just controlling, these hitters. You maybe give up 1 little 2 hits here or there, but not letting any of these runners come across home plate today. That's a big statement.
Sophie Bliss was looking for a fastball, and she gets a little change-up, off-speed pitch type there. Takes that for a called strike, kind of buckle her knees a little bit. Change-up way out in front is Bliss for a strike 2. I mean, you're coming up as a freshman against arguably one of the best pitchers in the state. Got to be a little intimidated. No?
You have to, but
Bliss is a baller. She ain't scared.
When you're playing for a state championship.
Any trouble for Sapp? Nope. If she wouldn't have caught that, if that had hit off her, no one was covering first. So good play by Sapp to get out of that circle and get that ball.
What a great defensive stance there, even though the runner was in first position. So we will take a quick break and be right back.
When I enter the field every single day, it's like stepping onto a battlefield. I don't know what I'm walking into, and I don't know if I'm coming back. And there can't be any slackers out there trying to do what I do. The most important thing to know is that they're watching you. They're always watching you. They don't sleep, and they're waiting for the opportunity to pounce. And unless someone is out hunting them, we're gonna be the prey, because it's kill or be killed. Oh, lunchtime.
Heading here to the bottom of the 5th inning for the the Dons. We have Emmy Olson, the right fielder, leading things off here. She's 0 for 1. She flew out to Sophie Bliss to end the threat in the 2nd inning. Takes that first one in there for a ball. Emmy Olson takes that second one in there low. Ball 2. Don't want to let that lead off when you're down trailing 1, heading into the bottom of the 5 with only 2 more chances at the plate. Do not want to get this leadoff runner on base if you're a Pioneer. Fastball right down the pipe for a called strike. Spanish Fork wants nothing more to do but to get some insurance runs, because Lehi's had their chances. Even with Sapp throwing as good as she is, you always want to get bigger lead if possible. That's pretty Captain Obvious to say that, but I said it. Ripped that one in the gap there. That's got double written all over it, maybe triple. Salisbury picks it up. They're going to hold her at second. Leadoff double from Emmy Olson to start the 5th inning.
That's why those first 2 pitches are so important. Just coming in there 0-2, and then coming back 1-2, and then 2-1, and then having to throw fastballs, throw strikes. Got to find a way to get some strikes there to be able to put your opponent in a position where you either strike out or hopefully a routine ground ball. But great job just driving that into the outfield, finding the gap.
So leadoff batter doubles. Last batter, number 9 hitter, is Ellie Olson, trying to move that runner over to third for the top of the order so they can try to get her in as well. Takes that first pitch, swings and misses.
And getting that extra base, getting that double, keeps first open. So Lehi has the ability to be able to, walk if they want. But
yeah, with the top of the order coming up next, I think they try to attack her and attack Ellie and see what she's got. If you're going to lose, you might as well lose to Ellie Olsen as opposed to go to Romero and Hall. Like, but you're right, though, if they, have the option.
One thing about Spanish Fork is they find ways, they're nice, was it 2-1 count and just drove that ball into the gap. And
yep. Whew, good cut there from Ellie.
Now 2-2. This is the payoff pitch. An out here changed a lot of things.
Comes the 2-2. Fires the changeup. Looks like a little something off speed. Olsen able to get a bat on it. Fouls it off to the outfield. The girl out there in the stands is sure happy she got that one. So
it's fun to see them have their mitts and be able to run out and catch those foul balls, or at least catch and snag the balls.
Comes the 2-2 offering again. Throws a high ball, looks like. So ball 3, so full count. Well, if you're Ellie Olsen, you got to be sitting one here because she has to come with the strike. You don't want to put her on base. Fouls it back. Good battle here from Ellie Olsen and Grace Humes. Olsen walked and got caught stealing her first time up. Trying to get another walker hit here in the bottom of the 5th. Takes that one high, walked her. So not what you wanted for Lehi. Started off with a double to the 8th batter, walked the 9th batter to get to the top of the order. Brings up Jade Romero, the shortstop. So now all sorts of options for Spanish Fork. They can bunt with Romero trying to get the runners advanced, or they can let her swing away, and they're electing to swing away for now as Humes throws one by her for a strike 1. Romero has walked and sacrificed bunted. Rips that one into center field to Salisbury. Rolling over to her right. Makes the play, holding the runner up. Good decision there. Good range out there from Salisbury in center, moving to her left, our right, to retire Jade Romero for the first out of the inning. So Tatum Hall has had quite a series here against Lehi. Sacrificed bunt and doubled her last time and has the only run of the game. So this is a crucial out here with the home run champ on deck. Swing and a miss from Tatum Hall.
That's a nice, good off-speed pitch. With her power, being able to drive that ball. As a hitter, you're thinking about missed opportunity.
Here comes the 0-1 offering, throws it down the outside corner, and Hall gets her bat on it for strike 2. So good job from Humes, battle back to get ahead 0-2 on the hot-hitting Tatum Hall.
Those are all runs to pad the lead for Spanish Fork.
Change up, bounces in front of the plate. Good job by Presley Nelson to block that one. She's had quite the game behind the plate today. Good 0-2 pitch there, trying to get him to chase something out of the zone. Don't want to pipe one down the middle and have Tatum Hall rock one. There you go, right? Oh, illegal pitch. The umpire behind the plate called that one. Usually the first base ump calls it, but he was able to see that one. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That was a heater coming down the middle.
Comes a 2-2, checking her wrist for the pitch. Takes the wind, fires one in there, fouls it off down the third baseline, out of play.
This is a great battle, great fight between the two of them. with the one out, you're looking to try to make something happen. Spanish Fork wants to get more, get more runs.
Absolutely.
Take that lead, get that padded.
Change up, ripped into right field. That's got eyes on it. That could be up, off the scoreboard. 3-run homer from Tatum Hall to break this game wide open. God, took that 2-2 pitch and just drove it out of this ballpark. Excellent hit from Tatum Hall. Spanish Fork is juiced. They're so excited right now. Feel like the wind came out of Lehi Sells on that 2-2 pitch that she just drilled into right field.
That was just a great at-bat, staying alive, and then just driving that ball.
Here comes the replay. Boom, no doubt about it. Moonshot out there to right field, right off the scoreboard. For a 3 RBI home run, 3-run homer off the bat of Tatum Hall.
Only 2 runs scored.
So I guess the coach on first base grabbed or touched one of the runners, so they're going to call her out. So only 2 runs scored apparently.
And you see the Lehi coaches. There was a discussion with the ump and saying, hey, there's something that I saw, and they went and they addressed it. And
I think they're trying to see if all the runners in front of them are out too, but always get new balls. Okay. So 3. I'm not sure which runner's out, but we'll just say 2 outs now. I don't know how you score that in the scorebook.
Now batting is the third baseman, number 14.
it stings a little bit, but it's not as bad. Only being down 3. 4 is such a bigger number.
Yes, it is. 3, you look at the scoreboard, 4 seems insurmountable. 3, you're like, how would you do that?
Lehi only with 2 hits so far, so it's getting down to crunch time. They got to start making some plays happen.
They're down to their last 6 outs, Lehi is.
And you hate to think that as a coach, as a hitter, I only got 6 outs to make something happen here.
Good pitch there from Humes.
She pitched a pretty good game, just that one pitch.
Yeah, I wonder if the coach over there on first is. I don't get that call. All she did was give her a high five, and I guess that's illegal, huh? Jameson Heaton goes, fights off the sun for the 3rd out of the inning, fly ball.
Yeah, can't make contact. While the player's infield.
2 runs on 2 hits.
In the flow of the game, that's why they call timeout. Then you address it. But if the game is going, action is still competing. You got to let the players play.
Let's see that home run again. I want to see where the contact was with the coach, and just see how nitpicky it is. I don't. Either way, she got a good pitch to hit, and she drove it. I was too busy watching the homer to watch what happened at the base pass. But these umpires, they're on it. They don't mess around. Here it comes. So there's the homer. Let's see if we got an angle. The first base coach. She didn't touch her. Third base coach. High five. High five. High five. I don't get it. Huh.
I think maybe, and I remember, watching, the coach came back around and said, hey, make sure you touch the base, make sure you touch the base.
Oh.
And she walked back through. Can we say that one more time, Neil?
So what you're saying, after she missed the plate?
Yeah, so the coach went over there and said, hey, you need to go back, make sure you touch the base. And so she walked back to the base.
That
and then
makes sense.
The ump was watching, and then he called her. Because I was watching, wondering why. Because she had carried the flag across. And
she missed the base.
Yeah,
coach grabs her, moves her back.
Yep. And, you've already celebrated with your other players, but the coach did say, hey, make sure. And she got a good turn.
And actually touched her and grabbed her.
Yeah, she turned around and said, you need to go back, make sure you touch home plate.
Well, if you're a Pioneer, this is what you need. You need Jameson Heaton, Macy Wall, and Kennedy Beck to start off. Although Heaton has gone down twice. Hasn't even got her bat off her shoulder today.
You got to make something happen. That's where Lehi, do you have anybody else that maybe you can put in there and make something happen?
Jameson Heaton, best hitter on Lehi's team, so I think you roll with her.
You got to find some spark. Go to Major League Baseball, you have the designated hitter that'll be able to step in there and take possession.
Let's go, Jameson. I see you out there. Get this game interesting. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, she's been amazing all year. All first team. She's going to play basketball somewhere. She had an amazing basketball career at Lehi. It's maybe her last bat as a Pioneer, and grounds it softly to Sapp. Sapp runs in, fires it over to first. Hustling down there is Jameson Heaton, but not in time for the out there.
Great play, great way to attack that ball, grab it, do a nice little simple throw right down to first base.
Well, Macy Walt, also a senior here, excellent athlete, play on the basketball team, star of the team, star of the softball team. Maybe her last time up at bat as well, too. So takes that first pitch and hacks at it. And good swing there, misses it.
With 5 at-bats left, you're thinking that Lehi has to start getting something, some type of scoring action.
Absolutely, especially with Macy Wall. Fouls that one out. Just barely ahead of that one. Good rip at it, though. Let's go, Macy. Like to see some excitement here in these last 2 innings.
Oh,
get the tying run up to the plate, see a Spanish Fork, how they handle it. Fastball stays up in the zone for ball 1. Top of the 6th. 5 hits for Spanish Fork. It was all 2 hits for Lehi. It's been a pitcher's duel. Wall grounds out to the shortstop, fires it across the diamond. Retires her. Jade Romero scoops that up. Shortstop to shortstop, fires her out.
And you see the Spanish Fork players. It just kind of seems like routine, and they're just that skilled, that good at position. Attacking that ball, making the throw, plenty of time. Great job by Spanish Fork.
Yeah, and I feel that homer is maybe taking a little wind out of the sails of Lehi. They don't seem as excited as they had been all game. Changeup, way ahead of that pitch is Kennedy Beck, the designated player who has one of the hits on the day.
At this point is a team that's on the field. You don't have the rest of your life to make a change. You got to make it now. So you guys got to really get those athletes focused.
Kennedy Beck way ahead of that one as well for strike 2. Wonder if she stays with that off speed or comes back, fires one in here.
Typically when she gets ahead 0-2, she goes right after the hitter. Haven't seen as much action on trailing off into the hands, but
there you go, fastball in on the hands.
That one was coming in. Is exactly.
Well, that's
what
I was wondering, because those two
is.
change-ups, Kennedy Beck was way ahead of him, and she throws a fastball and she's right on it. So let's see if she goes back to the change-up here. Beck was unable to even sniff one of those change-ups.
Sapp, you see her kind of smacking the ball into the mitt. She wants this strikeout.
Change-up, got her. Struck her out to end the 6th inning. 1-2-3 inning for Sapp. We're going to head to the bottom of the 6th. So Lehi down to their last 3 outs. Got to do everything here to get one, or at least prevent any runs from coming across the plate. Keep it here.
This is kind of crunch time for Lehi. You realize you only have 3 more at bats. You're only down by 3, so as a coach, I'd bring him in and just say, "Hey guys, this is it. Backs against the walls. There's no other options. There's no more innings. There's no more days of the rest of your lives. It's either now or never. If you step up and make it happen now, or you just think about it, what it could have been, should have been your whole life, and so take the opportunity."
Yeah, at least this game is a lot better game than yesterday. I mean, better job. Lehi's come to play, and it's hard to score off a Sapp. That's the one thing about softball, man. You get a dominant pitcher like that, it's hard.
It is.
Baseball, you have to rotate around 3 or 4 pitchers to win a series, and softball, you get a pitcher that you can't hit, it's nighty-night.
Yep. And that's why you stick with your ace in the hole.
Speaking of Sapp, here she is leading off the inning. They've done a good job to contain her, at least today on the as far as the at bat. She's 0 for 2, looking for her first hit of the game. Humes fires that first one in there for a strike. I figured it was a strike, but man, he took forever to call it.
You know,
kind of like you in the Russian, they took forever to award you that point. You know.
They tried to find every rule in the book to not give me a point. So.
Well, the Russian mafia, right?
Sure.
Can I say that?
Too.
Oh, they're not. Miscommunication out there between Nelson and Bliss. Nelson thought Bliss had it and kind of was jogging in.
And that's with no outs and, just a simple mistake. You can't make those things and try to get back into games. So it's heading the opposite direction for Lehi.
Little speed up runner out there is number 13, 12? Shelby Shepard. Okay, so Spanish Fork has their leadoff hitter on board with Ashley Losi, also 0 for 2 on the day. Takes that first pitch, looks good on the corner, a little too far outside for ball 1. Comes the 1-0, fouls it back into the screen. Lazy fly ball in the infield. Jamison Heaton's under it. She could have dropped that and turned a double play. No hustle there from the runner down to first.
No,
just kidding. You never want to do that.
Do you want to win a state championship or not?
You catch the ball. It's a joke, really. F1, F3 on that one. Fly out to third base for the first out. Brings up Allure Archuleta, who's had a good day at the plate. Ripped the double in the second and walked in the fourth. Inside, Nelson scooping that and looking to fire down to first. She's still got the fight in her.
And 2-0 pitch count. You got to find a way to get some strikes here.
Humes does a good job of fighting back and getting back in the count, as she does there. Throws a good strike there past the hard swinging Archuleta. Archuleta wants to get a hold of one in this game, doesn't she?
Well, you have one home run. That first at bat where she drove it to the fence, man. If you got a little bit of height on it.
Exactly. That thing was 6 feet off the ground the whole way. Bounces one in front of the plate. Nelson scoops it, throws it down to second. Not in time. So Shelby Shepard gets by on the, takes second on the pass ball. Now with the base open, I maybe pitch around Archuleta a little bit. Right at the left fielder, slicing away from her, unable to catch it. Shepard's going to score easily. Archuleta in there with a error on the left fielder. I believe they're going to give her an error. That ball should have been caught. Let's see what the official scorekeeper gives her.
Number 19, Aubrey Leonard.
Just seems like Whitbank out there wanted to get to it, but she just took her time and thought the ball was coming at it, but it had a lot of spin on it and it kept spinning away from her.
Yeah, it did. The wind, was coming from the left to right, but that ball simply kind of died. I think it kind of died out there. She thought she had a great position. Mitt was coming down, good position. That ball just kind of dropped at the last second and just surprised her.
Yeah, they gave her an error on the left fielder, so.
She really should have been out.
Those are just the mistakes you can't make.
Good pitch there from Humes, just missed it the outside.
Just a little too far, you know. That's where you break him inside, and then just try to take it down and away.
Struck her out.
That was a beautiful pitch. Great job. 2 outs now.
Number 15, Emmy Olson.
Emmy Olson, the right fielder, doubled and flew out to second. Doubled last inning. Lazy ground ball to Jameson Heaton's going to touch her base. Lehigh down to their last 3 outs. See if they can mount a rally here in the bottom of the 6th. Excuse me, in the top of the 7th when we come back.
1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 left on base. Leading off for Lehi in the top of the 7th inning, left fielder, number 11, Brooklyn Wiltbank.
All right, Lehigh. Down to your last 3 outs here. Bring up Whitbank, Carter, and Nilsson. They need 4. At least 4 to extend the game. 5 will put them ahead. Takes that first pitch for a ball.
You don't really see Sapp do that much. Start off with a first pitch ball. She's very aggressive, on the mound.
She's coming out firing. I think she wants to strike these next 3 batters out herself. Oops. I have the score wrong too. It is 4. There we go. 4-0. Change up. A little high. Stays high. 3-0 for Brooklyn Whitbank.
And for Lehigh, this is probably the best situation to start off the inning.
I think I would take here. Take the next. Wait for that sit dead red fastball.
They're such good fielders. Such good fielders, but, well.
Legal pitch, walked her.
And that's exactly what Lehigh was hoping for, not what we expected, but.
Number 2, Lehi Carter.
Sometime in games, you have to kind of expect the unexpected, so. Great job. You're thinking they're going to try to push the runner to second. Taking it.
Lehi Carter here has 2 strikeouts. The third baseman here trying to extend the game. Takes that first one, fouls it back.
That was a really nice cut there. Just not able to make full contact.
Second pitch looks good, is good. Called strike 2.
Sapp is coming back.
0-2 count. Sapp looking to fire one in there. A little high on that fastball. Misses for ball 1.
You look at Sapp, you got to think, man, this pitcher, just got to get, emotionally and physically tired, but she is just coming back.
Fouls that one back. Good hang there from Lehi Carter.
Keeps the count 1-2. Knowing you have 4 runs, gives you a little bit of confidence to know that you can go after the hitter. You don't have to kind of work around it and try to be conservative.
Rips to third base, off the chest of third baseman. Hard hit from Lehi Carter. I don't think they can give her an error on that one, but we'll see what they do, because that was a shot right at the third baseman. Either way, it puts Whitbank in second, Carter on first.
Oh, that ball was smoking. At that point, you think self-preservation instead of...
Yeah, absolutely. They got a pinch hitter coming in, number 14. I don't have a name on this, but we're going to see here in a sec. They give her a hit. That's what I thought for Lehi Carter.
Let's take a look at that.
Well, that's all right. We got a pinch hitter in here.
Your attention, please.
Let's get a number here from the PA announcer.
Batting for Nielsen. Number 14, Ali Bain.
Maddie Bain, that's what I understood. Number 14 coming in for Grace Humes.
Here we go. This is no outs, 2 runners, first and second. Ooh, that was a big cut, just not able to make contact.
She wants to hit one out of this park. Can't blame her, right? With nobody out, 1 swing puts you within 1. She's going for it, bringing the home run hitter. With the top of the order up. Rifles that one into left, but right at the left fielder. Hard hit. So they pinch hit her for Paige Nilsson, excuse me. So Paige Nilsson comes out. Now they're bringing in Grace Humes. She lined that one. That was a good coaching decision there. She hit that hard, but right at the left fielder.
Yeah, she could have got that up
Ellie
a little
Olsen,
bit more.
absolutely.
That ball would have been driven. That was power.
Grace Humes, now the pitcher, on record here for the Pioneers, trying to help herself out here. Takes that first one right down the middle, but high for ball 1.
I think this is where Sap's being aggressive. You know, Lehi is thinking maybe I can get on base and just, you know, load the bases up. Maybe not take these big hacks. Just try to get people on base with walks. And, you know, Sap's going right after him.
Good pitch on the corner. Strike 1. Nothing you can do with that, so that's a good take from Humes. All you could do is swing and miss at that one, so, or lazily fly ball that one. Here comes Sap. Throws one down the middle, swing and a miss from Humes, strike 2. If you're Lehi, you just want to get a chance to get that tying run to come to the plate, so you need 1 more base runner. Struck her out for the second out of the inning.
Just not able to catch up to that speed.
No.
That ball, that's what you call a fastball, and there's a reason why Sap is, you know, in the position she is, you know, giving up, 2 runs yesterday and 0 runs today. Just very solid defensive effort.
Salisbury off her hands, should end the game, end the season for the Pioneers. Spanish Fork on the arm of Avery Sap wins the 5A state title. Doggy pile, everyone jump on, let's go.
Look at that celebration.
Let's go.
Success, championships, and all the best.
There's a doggy pile for the ages right there. Good job from Lehi to battle back. Good job from our champion, Spanish Fork. Unbelievable performance from all of them, and especially Avery Sap in the circle.
There's no question Spanish Fork came to play, and you know, they bend a little bit, but they did not break, and they only put the best players in the best position, and they compete at the highest level and state champions. Congratulations to Spanish Fork.
Absolutely, great season from them. Great season from the Pioneers. Another second place finish for them in their girls program. Pioneers, better game today all around from both teams. I thought it was a good game, good series, good battle, but ultimately the better team did win, Rulin.
Yeah, they as a team, you know, individual athletes, you know, but baseball, softball, you know, basketball, football, they're team sports, and you know, Spanish Fork just did a great job up and down the line. But you got to think, you know, who's the MVP? I think you're looking at Sap, man.
Absolutely,
just dominant. These 2 games, you know, didn't even get a chance to go to that 3rd and final game, and just doing a great job. Did a great job today.
It would have to be Sap or Tatum Hall. Tatum Hall had that 3-run home run and hit that double and scored the run. She was responsible for all 4 runs. But yeah, I think you're right on this one. So Tatum Hall, offensive MVP for sure. You know, Sap just tournament MVP in my mind.
Just amazing to see, you know, years of culmination, hard work, and how many girls around the state wish they could be, on the Spanish Fork team saying, I want to be a state champ, and all the hard work, pays off.
To the Lehi Pioneers.
Look at the trophy. Hard-fought battle for Lehi. They have nothing to be discouraged about, nothing to look down about. They had a great season, hard-working season, and just fell up a little bit short.
All right, we're going to take a break here and be ready for the next game. So congratulations to Spanish Fork Dons.
On behalf of the Utah High School Activities Association, we thank the staff of Brigham Young University for assistance in hosting the state championships. We salute Mountain America Credit Union for assistance in presenting this tournament. Please use patience in leaving the parking facilities.